How to avoid inheritance tax. How to avoid inheritance tax. In order to avoid the inheritance tax, you must make sure that you do not inherit from your company at all. This will be more advantageous to you as a result. What is inheritance tax and how much do I pay? An inheritance tax is a tax on the inheritance of property or money which is paid by a person to another person. This is usually done to prevent the heirs from buying real estate in the U.S. It is also a way for the government to collect tax from those who are not able to support themselves. How to avoid inheritance tax UK. One of the most commonly used methods of avoiding inheritance tax is to declare your assets as non-deteriorating assets. In other words, when you inherit money, make sure that you can clear it easily. The tax authorities will normally disregard any increase in value of your assets over the years. If you are planning to pass on some of your properties as gifts to your heirs, you should also not include any price increases. Who pays inheritance tax? If you have more than one child and you use the same address for you as well as your spouse, then you could be responsible for paying tax. If you have 2 or more living children, or even one child, it's just a matter of when. If you don't mind getting a tax break on this life insurance policy, you can try putting up a will. How to avoid inheritance tax on property. If it is worthless, then you should take steps to avoid any inheritance tax on property and perhaps sell it. The second thing that you need to know about how to avoid inheritance tax on property is to look at your estate planning. You can do this by setting up your will, making certain that you do not leave any property to your heirs. How to avoid inheritance tax with a trust. The key element here is that a trust does not really exist in a sense, which means that there are no funds in a trust. In the absence of any other legal documentation, the assets that are held in a trust cannot be taken away by any other person. The trustee has the power to sell the property in the trust in order to pay the debts of the beneficiaries.